Hey guys, this is Andy McCann coming to you from Woodstock, Georgia, and CrossFit Garage. So I have a podcast called Fitness, Food, and Finances, CrossFit Garage, so it's pretty easy to find. And I take these questions that y'all give me, and I expand on them in that podcast, and I do other stuff. But if you want more details, go there. I only have about 7 minutes or less to talk to you here. So James has got a great question today. He said, Jack, been listening to your show for over 8 years now. Keep up the great work. Love it. Below, I have multiple questions for various people on your expert council. Andy McCann, what are some exercises someone in their mid-40s can do to help prevent injuries later in life? Details. I'm a 44-year-old, 6'2", and about 200 pounds. I guess you could say I'm skinny fat, or I have a dad bod. Nice. I have a couple small free weights and a Peloton bike for home equipment. I'm looking to lose a bit of weight, but mainly do preventative maintenance on my body to help keep me healthy as I get older. Okay, so there's a couple things in this question, and I know I read that poorly. I'm a little dyslexic, so reading out loud is not great for me. But his main question is, what can I do to prevent injury? So I'm going to go into that with just the idea of, hey, you're 40, you're going to get older. How do you prevent injury, and what do you do? And what I'm going to end with is he's got some gear, so I'm going to give some ideas just on specifically your gear. But I also have this document that I wrote up during that time when we were all supposed to go home for 2 weeks. It's called 32 at-home workouts, and it's just, because there's 31 days in the month, so I gave you 32. So anyway, I'm going to link this document back over to Jack, and he can put it in the show notes if he wants. It's pretty easy. It's workouts you could do at home with no equipment. There is a donate if you'd like me to build up on this or do more with it, or just use it and share it. I don't care. There's no royalties or anything on that. But if you want to throw some Venmo or PayPal or Cash App at me, I'm not going to say no. And I'll start doing stuff to make this thing get beefed up. But anyway, I'll put this in the show notes. You guys can have it. And to go specifically to your question, you kind of first have to figure out what are the biggest things that older people are going to face in terms of injuries. And if you do a quick Google search, you're going to find these out, but it's pretty obvious. I think everyone would know these. You're going to fall. Actually, as a matter of fact, if you can make it to 76, then if you fall, I think your chances of dying go up by 30% when you fall and break your hip. So don't fall and break your hip. So first thing is we follow coordination balance. It's really just do anything and keep moving and pushing yourself a bit, but I'm going to give you specific stuff. So your bones get weaker. So what could you do there? Just simply lift. You don't use your joints enough, so you use your joints. I know, weird, right? Overuse, and it's usually not like a workout overuse. It's like overuse in a very repetitive task, like you're always, screwing down something in the chicken coop or whatever. You're always using a wrench, or you're always using a screwdriver. So those are probably the biggest things. There are some other things that may come up, but you said, injuries, and it's typically going to be, I lost my coordination, I tripped and fell. I don't have much bone density, and there's a problem there. And my joints don't really feel great. What do I do? Or maybe like an arthritis. And these things will help kind of get you out of that. So what should you do? First thing I'd always lean into is strength training. And you're like, wait, I thought it's just go for a walk. You're like, no, I would do some strength training. I would do anything to get that strength up. It doesn't have to be complicated. I talked about thrusters before, where you're in a squat and then you stand up and then press something above your head. That's going to be great. It's going to have lots of joint movement, and you can go fast, you can go slow, you can go heavy, you can go light. There's a lot of ways you can do this. But some of the easier ones would be squat, deadlift, and maybe even bench press. Just some basic power movements to build strength. If you're only going to do one, I would probably pick the back squat, maybe the deadlift, but I just like the back squat more. It's got, I like squatting below parallel. It gives you a bit more longevity, so I would go for a back squat. I think you said in the gear write-up that you had small dumbbells and a Peloton. So there are biking. I do like biking because it's very low impact, but it can move all your joints. So you can add that into your workout regimen. And again, constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity, or CrossFit. And I say high intensity sometimes, it's going to hit all those things. So constantly vary. Just keep it moving. Don't always do the same thing. Don't get stuck in a routine. And do things that you would be doing anyway. So I probably wouldn't do like Romanian deadlift or Bulgarian split squat. I don't know. Actually, that does have some use, but I probably wouldn't do those things. The other side of it is, as you're getting older, you're going to lose your balance and coordination. So I would probably do some things that would add to that, which actually might be some reverse lunges. I don't know if I would do the Bulgarian split squat. You have to go look that up. But some lunges would be good. That's going to help you keep that balance as well as have that range of motion. And you could do it with weights. Another one that's pretty functional and easy to do is a step up. So you can either get a box or just use your stairs and go up and go down. I think you want to kind of push the maximal sides. So don't go over the limit. So don't go like to 1 rep max or the tallest box you can do, but find where your point is. So lift your knee up. Where does it go naturally? Then make it a little bit higher so you have to stretch for it. So again, going back to back squat for strength, deadlift possibly if you could do that. You've got some dumbbells. So thrusters are great. It's going to get you below parallel. It's going to use all your joints. You're going to have a hip explosion. You're going to go above your head. I mean, it's a great movement. You've got your Peloton, so I'd be biking on that and maybe mix that in with what I'm doing. So I might use the thruster or the dumbbells as my slow movement, just kind of get some strength in there, and then jump on the Peloton and do like, hey, I'm going to do 20 seconds of hard work, 10 seconds of light work, 20 seconds of hard work, and that's a Tabata style movement. Another one is those lunges or the step ups. Let me think about another one for you. Okay, so you also mentioned in the details that you would actually like to lose weight, or you have a dad bod. I think what you're trying to say there is at 6'2" and 200 pounds, that's actually, yeah, so you're not like fat, or wouldn't consider that fat. We'd have to see how the makeup is. But something you could do that's pretty easy is a suitcase carry or a farmer's carry. I would probably lean towards a suitcase carry because it makes you engage your other side. So it's going to help prevent some of these. It's going to go less towards just strength and more towards some of the coordination, which you are going to lose as you get older. So a farmer's carry, think about them carrying, 2 gallons on each side, 1 gallon in each hand and walking. Well, the suitcase carry is just one. So it's just a suitcase that you're walking with. You're going to hold it about an inch away from your body, and you're going to take nice robotic steps. Just go down, maybe like 30 feet, turn around and come back, and then switch hands. And you don't want to go too heavy on this. What you're going to find is that's going to not only strengthen up the side you're holding, but also the other side because of the asymmetric style of it. So I would add that in there. Again, if you want more information, I'm going to turn this into a full-blown podcast where I talk a little slower and add some weird anecdotes from my life.